Hi, I'm Miss Campbell. This is Chapter 7 of the book Fish in a Tree. It is entitled No Grandpa's Here. I sit on my bed holding my copy of Alice in Wonderland. The shaky writing in the front of the book says, "For Allie, my wondrous girl. Love, Grandpa." The colors of the book are all bright, even though the book is old. Inside, the pages are soft. The writing is bigger than in books now. But I still can't read it myself. It's like having a gift that's locked in a glass box. I'm feeling heavy. And that's my assistant teacher, one of the dogs. Hi, honey. She wants to say hi. I'm feeling heavy, but I always do on Saturday nights, or on Sunday nights. The thought of another week of school does that. It's like knowing I have to pull a tire through a keyhole the next day. But I'll have a new teacher, Mr. Daniels. He sounds like a grandfatherly type that has pockets full of lollipops, which could be nice. I'm hoping he'll spend lots of time straightening his bow tie and telling us about the good old days, and not giving us much work. But when I show up, I find that Mr. Daniels is no grandfather. He's younger than Mrs. Hall. He wears a dark jacket and a tie with circles on it. When I get closer, I realize that the circles are planets. Most of the kids gather around him. I throw my stuff in the closet and walk over. He says, "My very excellent mother just served us nachos." He claims it's an easy way to memorize the planets in order from the sun. Albert, whose hair reminds me of a bird's nest, stands nearby. I feel bad for Pluto. I look over and my eyes are pulled to the bruises on his arms. Pluto was a planet all those years, and then someone just decided it wasn't anymore? Too small, too far away. The orbit's just not right. I don't really think Pluto cares, Albert, I mumble. He sits in his chair. Well, I do. I feel bad for him, and I want to ask him about the marks. He's big and clunky, but not fat. The kind of size where others usually leave him alone. I pull out my chair and I sit down. Okay, I tell myself, I'm going to do better. I'm going to work harder. That's all I need to do. I'm going to really concentrate this time, even though I know I've tried that and it doesn't work. Reading, for me, is like when I drop something and my fingers scramble to catch it. Just when I think I've got it, I don't. If trying to read helped, then I'd be a genius. Mr. Daniels is in front of me. I hold my breath and lean back. He holds out his hand. "I'm Mr. Daniels. Nice to meet you," he says. Shay leans towards Jessica. I guess he doesn't know who he's talking to. As usual, most of her friends laugh. "Hey," Mr. Daniels said, turning to her. "That isn't cool. We don't do that here." Which wipes the smile off of Shay's face. Then he turns back to me. "What's your name?" "Allie Nickerson." I answer so softly that even I can barely hear myself. "Well, are you going to shake my hand, Allie Nickerson?" he asks. "I don't bite on Mondays." Great, just what I need. A funny guy for a teacher. I take his hand, but only for a second. My mind is already spinning off, wondering what terrible things Mrs. Silver has told him. The plans they've made for me. I see myself wrapped in rope lying on the train tracks, just like in Grandpa's old black and white silent movies. "Okay, Fantasticos, take your seats," he calls. "Time to set the world on fire." Everyone scrambles to their seats, but I'm still lying on the imaginary train tracks, all tied up and watching the engine come around the corner. That is the end of chapter 7. My question for you is, why does Allie imagine herself tied to train tracks when she meets Mr. Daniels? I will see you for chapter